Day number 18 of the hypertrophy cycle. Today is a general day, upper body day, and this is a wonderful week. By the way, I'm talking to you guys while I do my isometrics with a kettlebell. That's why it looks like I'm not doing nothing, but I'm actually doing something. But yeah, today's day 18 of the hypertrophy cycle. It is the final week where we are progressing the volume up, and then we are deloading next week, which is really exciting because this cycle is kicking our asses. I was just having a conversation about Austin, which I think is always really important to keep in mind, and that is that as you become more and more advanced as an athlete, the training load needed just to maintain your vertical increases. And I think a lot of people forget that. And when you become really, really elite as a jumper, especially if you have like a really high training age, the loads that 2 or 3 years ago would have caused you to increase a lot of vertical isn't even enough to maintain your vertical. You could train the exact same way you trained 3 years ago, and your vertical is going to go down. And that's something to keep in mind. And it's especially been in the forefront of my mind this cycle because this is probably the hardest training cycle I've done up until this point. But what's interesting is when I'm healthy, every cycle up until that point is the hardest training cycle that I've done. And I'm someone, if you compare, my progress to other elite jumpers, I was going to say dunkers, but just honestly any elite jumper out there, I'm one of the few, if not the only one that has just consistently year after year continued to improve their vertical. And I attribute that to, one, staying healthy enough to train. Two, my training's gotten harder every single training cycle. Literally every training cycle I've done, at some point, like if you look at old voiceover videos, I'm like, this is the hardest I've ever trained. And then a month later, this is the hardest I've ever trained. And then 3 months later, this is the hardest I've ever trained. You will find me saying that at some point in all my videos, but it's because it's true. Every training cycle is the hardest I've trained. And the only way to continue getting better is to continue training the hardest in your life. So really interesting stuff, and depending on where your mind's at, that can either be really depressing or really cool. I think my mindset with it is just like, it's just a fact of life. It's something that's out of my control. I wish you could just train the same always and maintain an elite vertical, but that's just not the way things are. And because I can't change it, I'm not gonna sit there and be sad about it. Instead, I think you have to switch your frame of thinking and see it as like something that's cool or fun, right? Even though you have to kind of have something wrong in your head to find training this hard difficult, you have to frame it somehow. Whatever it is that you have to tell yourself in your head to make training fun, tell it to yourself because it's going to keep getting harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. Another thing, though, that's really cool is that the type of hard changes. I think these training cycles where it's like general and high volume are just honestly just gut checks. So I have a lot of respect for bodybuilders because this is the way they have to train for years and years and years. They don't have, cycles where they unload completely and do plyometrics that are really fun or like, singles and doubles like powerlifters and stuff like that. They're just stuck in this type of suffering for their whole lives for as long as they want to improve. After a while, you can obviously train less hard to maintain, but it's still the training volume and total load in a training cycle has to increase over time even to just maintain. So, but like I was saying before I went on that tangent, the type of hard changes, because like this cycle is just arduous, very difficult, right? It's high reps, takes a lot of mental strength to just continue training like that. But if you compare something like a cycle where we're doing more max strength work, like I find that type of training really fun, where I'm like maxing out, doing doubles, triples. The density of sets can be pretty difficult there, but it doesn't take as much mental strength in my opinion. And then same thing with like highly specific cycles where we're doing plyometrics and that type of thing. Those cycles get more intense when you compare year to year to year, but that's like the fun stuff, right? We're athletes that are focused on increasing your explosive strength. That's the stuff that I enjoy. I don't necessarily enjoy this stupid, not stupid, it's good for me, but my head is stupid, these general cycles. But I just see it as investing. It's like handle a lot of suffering for 2 months so that we can have, I wrote this in the newsletter today. It's a month of suffering for a summer of glory. So just some things to keep in mind. Having said that, today's just the same old upper body workouts. The upper body days themselves are kind of progressing as we go along. I'm kind of in two different periodization schemes when it comes to my upper body and my jumping. Again, my upper body, I just enjoy it. It doesn't hurt my vertical as well. I try not to emphasize doing chest too much, and I mainly train like upper back, shoulders, and that type of thing. That way my vertical isn't negatively affected, but I just enjoy it. I like training hard every single day. But yeah, gonna show you the top sets of each exercise, and just really excited for this deload week to end. I will catch you guys in 2 seconds. All right, y'all, I'm on my last 2 working sets. My bench does not feel very good today, but alas, I'm gonna try to up the intensity still. Trying this for a triple. Last week I did it for a double. We'll see what I can do. And then I'm doing a single for my last one. So last week it was 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. This week is 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. So intensity's a little higher. Let's get it. I'm kind of scared. Yeah. Focus. All right.
That's easy.
Cool.
What do you want on it?
So I keep failing 265.
Is that what we're doing?
I might try it, yeah. Guaranteed I can get is like 245.
I think you should just fail because worst case, because week 3 it doesn't matter.
Best case I get it.
Best case you get it.
Worst case I don't get it.
Worst case you just add in more fatigue for any load.
Yeah. All right. Going for a new PR.
Actually, remember I told you I want to do like the easier workout on the Thursday before I done?
Yeah.
I changed my mind. I like it.
All right, y'all. Decided to go for my arch nemesis. I have failed this 3 times now. Let's go for a 4th. All right, no hype needed. Let's get straight into it. Nope.
Nope.
All right, that settles it. I was feeling really weak today on my bench.
That's actually so funny. That's my power clean nemesis. Your bench nemesis.
Oh, man. Damn, my strength is really down right now with this stuff. I think it's because I've been benching a lot the last couple weeks.
Did you bench like on Thursday too? Like Tuesday?
I did with Cole and RJ.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a lesson in specificity, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
What's y'all doing here?
You gonna do a feel-good lift?
For him? Are you doing something?
All right, y'all. Rows.
Alright, y'all. Rose.
It is so hard
Is it hard?
to like film right now, man.
It's okay, you got this. Time for ice edges. It's weird that I'm about to do like a kind of hard lift and you guys had the easiest shit ever yesterday.
Yeah.
And you're like going through the motion, trying to act a little bit.
This does not feel good.
This lift?
It's not fun.
Is that how you're doing it? I'm not gonna lie, I saw you over here doing rows and it looked so pathetic.
Really?
Yeah, it looked so very pathetic. Like it looked easier than a body weight push-up. It was like doing a push-up on a bench, and it still looked hard.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can't tell, but I'm really like neurally fatigued, which makes sense because I had the hardest workout of my life yesterday.
Would you say that was the hardest workout of your life?
Yeah, it's up
Really?
there. It's up there. It's up there for sure.
I feel like we've had worse. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head.
There's different kinds of bad though. I was explaining that in the intro, like there's like general.
There's no doubt it was bad.
Yeah. Like there's just different levels to it because there's workouts that are like the intensity's higher.
Can I mic myself up for this?
Oh. You said what?
Can I mic myself up for this conversation?
Yeah. Let me just finish my last set.
Here we go. Now I'm wearing two mics. How did you do this the other day? It was actually incredible when you put it on the hat. It's all right.
Holy moly.
It's all right. I'll put it like this. Oh, man. My bicep is cramping. There we go. I think this is connected, but what was a harder workout than yesterday? I'm trying to think. There has to be something in like North Carolina that was just...
Okay, so I have carries left, but I'm not going to have it in this video because I'm going to have a nice talk with John Evans. He's somewhere back here. While I do the carries, so if you guys want to see that convo, just go over to his channel. I'll probably link it in the description if I remember to. But like always, like the video and go to THPstrength.com if you want us to coach you to jump higher. Just a couple more days, everybody. Literally like, I think one more hard lift and one more hard lift, one more upper session, one more dunk session, and then we deload. Catch you guys tomorrow.